What's going on? This is Marty Styles, and what we got here is Fight Night's Finest. Let's get ready to rumble! Fight Night's Finest. Let's step in the ring where the lights are blinded. I'm about to just knock you out. Now your mouthpiece, you cannot find it. You cannot face the weather. Warming up like May's weather. Super fast like Mayweather. You cannot put your face together. Cause my hands is lightning speed. I don't really think people wanna fight with me. You'll likely flee like Frazier from Foreman. Guaranteed tonight you'll bleed. Looking like I swiped your feet from under you. I'm like Tyson Beast. I punish you. I don't think that there's nothing your freaks are gonna do but sleep.
This freaking lady go off on kids because they don't freaking get this crap. If you would just get up and teach them instead of handing them a freaking packet, yo. There's kids in here who don't learn like that.
Bye.
They need to learn face to face.
Bye.
You're just getting mad because I'm pointing out the obvious and you're too
you're wasting my time.
No, I'm not wasting your time. I'm telling you what you need to do.
Get out.
You want kids to come into your class, you want them to get excited for this, you got to come in here, you got to make them excited. You want a kid to change and start doing better, you got to touch his freaking heart. Can't expect a kid to change if all you do is just tell him. You gotta take this job serious. This is the future of this nation. And when you come in here, like you did last time, and make a statement about, oh, this is my paycheck, indeed it is. But this is my country's future and my education.
I respect that. Can you go outside, please?
Score beans.
But there's a limit. When I'm not bitching, but simply making an observation.
Okay.
And now I will leave. You're welcome.
Good, bye.
And if you would like, I'll teach you a little more so you can actually learn how to teach a freaking class. Because since I got here, I've done nothing but read packets. So don't try and take credibility for teaching me jack.
Just go. Bye. Close the door.
Little baby.
What is good, boxing fans and gamers? It's your boy, Fight Night's Finest, the Sophie commentator, back with another Fight Night Champion online topical commentary match. So the match is just going to be in the background. I'm going to be giving my opinion on the clip that you heard earlier. I asked, and I want to thank anybody who was able to sit through that clip and then, still staying through the video and actually listen to what it is that I have to say. If you agree with what I said, please like the video. If you disagree with what I say, please dislike the video. Yes, dislike the video if you disagree, and leave in the comments why you disagree. And the same thing, if you like the video, please leave your thoughts in the comment section on why you agree. And even if you don't agree with either, like agree or disagree, feel free to leave a comment. Just give me your thoughts on whether it's the clip or whether it is what I'm saying in this commentary. So just a quick note on the video in the backdrop. It's not the greatest gameplay, but this is usually what I occur against when I'm trying to get matches for Live Fight Friday. So also don't mind some of the screen glitching. There was a little capture card issue. Anyhow, I've noticed this a lot, and I just graduated high school and I'm in college, so it's not too far off when I was dealing with this with the same thing. Not that I was the same person out there advocating, because most of the time in class I was pretty much teaching myself. Like the textbook, if you can just read and understand, sometimes you can just end up teaching yourself. But a lot of these teachers in the school system, that's what they do. They hand you a packet, they tell you to read a selection, and then expect some people to just gather it and just move on. Now everybody seems to understand or learn best that way. Some people have things better, like you said, in one-on-one sit-downs, or you giving them a little bit of personal time in order for something to be explained to them or something to be exposed to them through that way. Some people work better through visual representation, better by remembering things well through videos and movies. There's all different kinds of ways in which people learn. But the thing that bothers me about the video the most is that just the disregard that not only the teacher had when it came to him having to, he literally sat there and was probably kicked out for him saying he doesn't understand something and was maybe a little bit rude about it. So instead of a teacher sitting there saying, well, maybe he's being a little rude because he's not understanding and I'm not doing an efficient job of getting through what it is that I need to get through. The information is not being passed on to him. The teacher just literally sat there and just dismissed him and told him to get out the room. And when somebody's sitting there doing that, the one thing you don't ever do is dismiss somebody who's saying they need help and they don't understand something and letting you know, hey, what you're doing isn't helping me. You need to gather in your mind that what you're doing isn't good enough. And it's the same thing when I do these videos. If I see people saying, you know, I didn't really understand your point, or this tutorial didn't really help me that much, it makes me think I have to go back to the drawing board and I have to cook things up again and do it once more, this way that people can understand what it is that I'm talking about. If I laid something out and I didn't explain it well enough, that's a problem on my end. It's my job as a commentator, or you know, as a person who's trying to explain and help people out, to make sure that what I'm saying can help the majority of people, and the people who can't get help, I sit down and I give them personal attention in the comment section. I explain things and I answer questions that they had initially. That's what you're supposed to do when somebody doesn't understand something. You're supposed to try to explain it in another way. Now, of course, there's going to be those people out there who just act plain old stupid. Like, oh, even though you sat here and you gave me all this attention, I'm going to continue to act like I didn't understand something. Those are the type of people you just let them be. And the people who are hard of hearing, well, they're just going to stay hard of hearing. So a lot of people are stubborn in the ways to the point where they won't change. That's another thing. A lot of people sit back and they think things and they want to express these ideas to people, and then people don't accept them and they just pass you by. They just keep going as if whatever you said didn't matter. That's another thing I want to talk about, though, is your ideas. Because it seems like people's ideas are always being dismissed. Whether it's what, it doesn't even have to be, I'm not even talking about in a classroom environment now. I'm just talking about people generally just sharing ideas with each other. And this is the main reason why I feel like there's a lot of people out there who don't do it. Everybody wants to have fun, but never take the time to think that actually listening and thinking to what somebody is explaining to you or what they came up with could be fun. Because to me, I know this may sound nerdy to some of you guys, and it's like, you know, well, Fight Night's just a big dweeb, or he's just a big nerd, because he likes to use his brain and he likes to brainstorm and gather up ideas and share them with people. I don't see the crime in that. But then when you try to express ideas to people, the first thing they want to do is dismiss you. They want to tell you, you know, I don't want to talk about that. Or if it's not, I don't want to talk about that, they try to change the subject. Or if they don't try to change the subject, and I'm going all over the place, but basically what I'm saying is, people, you try to share your ideas with people, and oftentimes you're dismissed. And I actually asked a friend of mine, or I don't think you can call her a friend anymore, but I asked her about that. I said, listen, I want to do a commentary on this, so let me ask you a question. Because usually, whenever I ask her something, she would just kind of dismiss what it is that I'm saying. I said, why, if I'm trying to explain an idea to you, or I'm trying to share something with you that may be a little deeper, so why would you just brush me off, or why would you try to change the subject? And her response was that she changes the subject because she doesn't understand what is being asked. Or if she doesn't understand what is being asked, she doesn't really care for it. But my question, I had two questions then. If you don't understand what's being asked or what's being shared, or you think you can't, that was another response, by the way, guys. She couldn't feel like she couldn't add on to the conversation. So if you feel you can't do any of those things, why wouldn't you ask questions if you're not knowledgeable about the subject? Whether you are interested or not, why would you, what caused you not to be interested in somebody else's idea? What will cause a person to not want to hear somebody, unless if the idea is just, you know, in some shape, way, or form, let's say, is prejudice. Then I can understand you not wanting to hear somebody's idea. Or if, you know, if it's some form of ignorance based off of bad stereotypes, then I can understand you not wanting to hear somebody's idea. But if it's intellectual, it's innovative, why wouldn't you want to sit back and listen to somebody who took the time to try to express to you what it was that was going through their head? That's a huge problem for people. It's trying to share their ideas with everyone else. You know how hard it is to sit back and think something and then put yourself on the line for judgment based off your thought process? It's not an easy thing to do. Whether it's on YouTube or whether it's, you know, with a group of friends or just random people, people just tend to brush off anything that has some form of common sense behind it. And I legitimately don't understand what it is that brings that about. Now back to what I was saying earlier about if you don't understand something. Why wouldn't you ask questions so that you can then understand something, and then based off the information that you gathered, then you can make your own interpretations and therefore add to the conversation. I feel like the art of discussion, it's starting to disappear on us. It's starting to become something that a lot of people think it's almost like it's not a necessity skill anymore when you're socializing with people. It's always about something ignorant, something that can be shown to you immediately. Ideas are always tend to be dismissed when that's the thing that, in Arachne's words, help us evolve and become better off, and help us better understand each other and open up our perspectives to different things and change our viewpoint, change how we see things, our morals. That's all things that ideas can change and what they can do for us. But it just seems to be something that's dismissed so often. So what I want to know from you guys in the comment section, not only your opinions, but what is it that you think that can be done in order to change all of this? Change on basically everything that I talked about, from you expressing yourself and you sharing ideas and people just dismissing ideas, and even people having conversations. It's just like, think about if you ever try to talk to somebody on the train, or you know, you try to talk to somebody in public, and it's not like, not even on an intimate level of you trying to get with somebody, but you just, you know, you even saying hello. Why is it that you will say hello to somebody and they say hello back? It's always that one word response. Put the headphones back in, get back to my iPhone, or get back to my Samsung Galaxy, or your tablet, whatever device you're on. Why is it that you're so caught up in what you're doing that, think about this, you can make a whole new friend, you can meet a whole new person, see somebody from based off their ideas, and just basically have somebody else that you can have a conversation with. What is so much more intriguing about a minute and 30-second video than possibly a person you can have as a friend for a lifetime, and a person you can constantly share ideas with? And also, you know, why do you have to be in a contained environment where you constantly see people all the time for you to feel comfortable enough to express yourself and express your ideas? That's the thing that's been going through my mind, and that's all stuff that were triggered based off that one Facebook video that I seen the other day, just browsing about. And maybe many of you guys seen this video as well, and just the way even some people would judge this person as somebody who's like, maybe it's something to make a joke out of. Why do you gotta make a joke out of it? Is it because you couldn't connect to what it is that this person is saying? Was it too deep for you? Is it a form of ignorance? I don't know. Anyway, we end up hitting this guy with a right hook and dropping him and making him fall to the canvas. Will he be able to get up? Absolutely not. This dude is swaying all over the place. And you know what that means? That is the end of this video, the end of this topical commentary. Like I said, guys, if you enjoyed and you agreed, hit the like button. If you disagree, or maybe, you know, don't believe everything that I said was BS, go ahead and hit the dislike button, but leave a comment, and vice versa if you agreed. And if you just enjoyed, hey, you can hit the like button too. If you didn't agree with either one and want to share something new, leave it in the comment section. Anyway, check out those guys in the description. Follow me on Twitter. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. It's been your boy, FightNightsFinest, the sofa commentator, and I'm off this. Peace!
I told you, brother, I'm the chronicle of our struggles, the voice of the families, like Moses, only keeping it real.